Yes, we know what UPS is. UPS is one of those we need to jump on. UPS closed today at $158.30 per share. They lost $15.06 per share and another $2.52 per share after market. They do pay dividends of 2.375%. Akamai, the ticker is AKAM. They closed today at $97.41 per share. They lost $9.31 per share and another 1 cent per share after market. They do not pay dividends. Halliburton, our former vice president company, is Halliburton, of course. The ticker is HAL. Two vice presidents ago, not the current former vice president. $11.55. It closed today at $11.55. They lost $1.09, but they went up by 13 cents after market. They do pay dividends of 3.518%. Then we got Dexcom. Dexcom today closed at $349.14 per share. The ticker is DXCM. They closed at that amount because they lost $31.51. And then they went up by 2 cents. They do not pay dividends. Photonics. The ticker is IPGP. They closed today at $185.39 per share. They lost $16.40 per share today. They do not trade after market, nor do they pay dividends. And then finally, MasterCard. MasterCard closed today. The ticker is MA. They closed today at $293. They lost $25.73 today. They lost another $1.62 today after market. They do pay dividends of small amount of 0.481. Let me talk to you about those for the upcoming earnings call for tomorrow. Of course, at this point it's almost too late to get into the earnings call for tomorrow unless you do it early tomorrow morning when the market opens. But some of the earnings call tomorrow morning for Thursday morning will be Tiffany. I'm sorry, not Tiffany. Shopify and Spotify. You know, there's two different things. Now, don't confuse the two. Shopify and Spotify. Both of them will have earnings call tomorrow. Then Moderna, that company that is making or working on a cure or antivirus for antibiotic for the coronavirus, Moderna. Their earnings call tomorrow, so they should do very well. And then we have Kraft Heinz, Mr. Kraft, all right, the owner of New England Patriots, the very rich man. He have his earnings call tomorrow. And then Yum, YUM, jump in on that. And then of course Overstock, Global Payment, and then Nokia. Those are tomorrow morning's earnings call. So if you want to do calls on those tomorrow, jump in early on it tomorrow morning as you see the market opens. The market was horrible today, especially for me. I took a big beating today from the market. So I didn't do anything. I just stayed where I was with the call that I have to close with Apple on December the 18th. Tomorrow night, which is Thursday night, these are some great calls for tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. Number one, Apple's call is tomorrow night. Just about all of the technology or stocks, the tech stocks will be called tomorrow, earnings call tomorrow night. Facebook, earnings call tomorrow night. Google, A and B, call tomorrow night. Opco, Twitter, Amazon, Starbucks, and Vertex. All of those calls are tomorrow night. So please, if you haven't seen the list yet, the list is on our regular page, the Stocks Talk Live with Tim page. The earnings call list is there. Jump in on those earnings calls so that you can make some money with calls on tomorrow or puts if they're not doing very well. But look at the stock. Just don't jump in, but look at them. I have a call for Apple, $117.50 call. We know Apple dropped drastically today, but my call does not close. My call does not close until December the 18th. That's a long call, and I've had it for a while. So even though I'm losing money, I'm not losing a lot of money for the Apple call for tomorrow night. And then some of the other things we wanted to talk about. Um, um, calls, of course, is for those of you who are new. When you're betting the market, that the market will go up, put your betting the market will go down. Always buy low and then hold. And then just because the stocks is losing money, it won't stay that way. Don't forget some of the factors right now that are causing the stock market to go the way it has been going. Number one, I see my sister just got online. Number one, the economy is bad. The economy is horrible right now. And so that affects the stock market. Number two, unemployment rate. A lot of people are still looking for a job. A lot of people have not went back to job or have not went back to work or have not went back to work full time. And a lot of people are still applying for unemployment. All of that affects the stock market. Of course, the official unemployment number comes out the first Friday of every month, which is next week Friday. Next week Friday, therefore, the pre-numbers are out because what? The states are reporting to the federal government about all of the individuals who are applying for unemployment, and it does not look good. So if I were you, I would stay away and don't purchase any calls and or if you do purchase anything, purchase puts on next Friday, because trust me, the market is going to be down low unless we move to the next step. Number five, I mentioned the four things so far, the four things that causes the stock market. No, this is the fourth thing. Number one was the economy. Number two was unemployment. Number three is the election. I'm sorry. Number three is the election. Election is happening. So on next Tuesday night, we don't know who's either going to still be the president or be the new president. So the market's leery because of all of that stuff. So please be mindful of that. Of course, what we said already, the airlines are down. Airlines are not moving. People are not traveling. The word that I got today, I got a word today that the cruise liners will start to cruise again to full capacity on December the 6th. On December the 6th. Now, I don't know. I can't say what would that mean for the price of tickets. I can't say that will be for the price of tickets because, the cruise liners will want people to come and cruise with them. And in order for that to happen, they're going to have to reduce the price on tickets because they need to have a way to attract people back to cruising. And once people get used to cruising, and once we see that the virus has gone away or going down and not coming back up, and the cruise liners and airliners, they know of a way to keep the rate from coming back up, then the price for tickets will go back up again. I can only imagine. All right. MGM, again, because people are really not vacationing. The stocks, for the most part, are stagnant. Those places in Orlando, Florida, and California, Disney, California, the stocks are stagnant for all of them because people are not traveling. They are just not traveling. They're not vacationing. NIO, we talked about NIO. NIO did very well on yesterday. They closed at $28.44 yesterday. They went up by $2.43 during the market. Just about all of the cannabis. Let's talk about cannabis. Y'all know what cannabis is, right? The cannabis is marijuana. For those of you who don't know, Deborah, I know you don't know what that is. So cannabis is marijuana, reefer. Y'all know what that is. Cannabis stocks were all in the green yesterday because cannabis stocks are on the move. Cannabis stocks on the move. And I'm telling you all to buy the stocks. I'm not telling you to buy marijuana. Y'all get the difference? I'm telling you to buy the stocks. I'm not telling you to buy marijuana. So please understand that. All of the cannabis stocks were in the green on yesterday. All of the cannabis stocks did very well on yesterday. Today, PLUG went up by $14.90. Ralph Lauren Polo was up today. They closed at $74.70. GSX closed today at $68.69. And then Snap closed today at $43.27. And then RUN closed at $55.90. Those are some of the ones that I wanted to mention. Green weed. Okay, that's what y'all call it out there. And we call it reefer. I don't know. So those are the ones. So invest in the cannabis stock. Invest in the cannabis stock. These are, for the most part, they are talking about recreational and medical marijuana. Now, recreational for those states that allows recreational. Our state of South Carolina does not allow recreational cannabis, but they do allow medical cannabis. But of course, you've got to have a prescription, right? And so, but for states like Colorado and California, some other states that allows both of them, all of that, as other states come about, making all of this recreational and medical marijuana, the marijuana stocks, the cannabis stocks will go up. So right now, for the most part, they are cheap. So if you are, they're inexpensive, that is. So if you, Megan, what's up? My niece is on tonight. There's some good stuff happening tonight. So if you are on Robinhood, just put in the word marijuana or cannabis, and all of those stocks will come up. And then just start clicking the ones that are inexpensive, because you know right now some of them are rather expensive because they've been out there for a long time. Some of them you can buy for less than 8 cents per share. And what do? Buy $10 worth. That's what I would do. I would buy $10 worth of those 8 cents per share and hold on to them. And you'll see watch your $10 turn into a whole lot of money. All right, so that's what we want to do. That's what we want to do with our stocks. Again, let me say to you, for those of you who are just getting on, please go to the YouTube channel, go to YouTube, put in Tim McKenzie. Don't forget, my sister spells her name wrong. Mine is correct. My last name is spelled M-C-K-I-N-Z-I-E. So if you look up Tim, M-C-K-I-N-Z-I-E, you're going to see my YouTube channel. I challenge you to go ahead and log on to or subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you can get all of the up-to-date information throughout the day of what's going on in the stock market. Because trust me, my daily routine is that I work out every morning for about an hour and a half or so. And then after that, I shower. And then by 9:30, I'm watching the stock market for the rest of the day. I'm getting calls from people about the stock market for the rest of the day. And if they tell me something that I think my subscribers should know, I want you to know when it happens and not when you get onto the site after duty that night. Maybe you want to make a move. You want to buy something. You want to sell something. You want to buy more of something. So I will give you those up-to-date information every single day. Of course, we know the market opens 263 trading days per year. It does not open on weekends. It does not open on federal holidays. And then sometimes it closes early the day before a federal holiday. So $263 per day is open. Watch this. I've told you one last night. Even if you just make $1 a day, which is for the most part is going to be unusual. You're going to make more than that. But even if you just make $1 a day for 263 trading days per day, at least you would have made $263. If you put some money in the bank, trust me, unless you have a whole lot of money in the bank is not going to give you $263 per year in interest. They're not. They're going to loan, or borrow your money out to somebody and charge them a lot of interest, but they're going to give you very little of that interest. Trust me. Now, am I telling you to put all of your life savings in the stock markets? No, I'm not. There's a whole lot of different ways that you can save money. There's a whole lot of different ways that you can make money. The stock market is just one of them. I told some of you on last night how to save with your car insurance, so we're not going to be repetitive with that. And there's just other things you can do. TSP, invest in TSP. It is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful program. You cannot beat, you cannot go wrong if you're in the TSP. That's the stock markets for tonight. Again, I'm going to delete this. And I'm going to put it over on the YouTube channel. Tell your friends. He has the Stock Talk page. Now, I put little stuff on the page. TSP, yes, TSP. That the reason I'm putting the stuff on the page, the little blurbs on the page, so that you can get that immediately. All right, to see that either I'm going to do something, I'm about to do something, or I did something. All right, but I'm not putting the recording on the page. I'm putting it on the YouTube channel, so anybody, because I have friends followers all over the place, and now subscribers all over the place. They are in Japan, they are in Hawaii, they are in Alaska, they are in Korea. They are all over the place. And since they're all over the place, we do not want to leave anyone out. And since we don't want to leave anyone out, we're putting this stuff where everyone have the easy access at all time. No matter what time of day you get up, you'll be able to find it over there. Okay, please. So go over to the YouTube. Megan, do it now and tell me, Uncle, it's done. Do it now. Find Tim McKenzie. Find Tim McKenzie's YouTube channel. Subscribe. Tell somebody about it. Click the little bell so that you'll get a notification every time I post something, and then jump on it. That's all that I have subject to your question. Angie, Deborah, I don't know if Angie got on. She said, I thought she was on earlier. Reverend Chapman, it's good to see you. Good to hear from you. And I pray all is going on well with you, your family, and your church members as well. And then I think that Henrietta Timoni is on. I hope I answered all of your questions. I hope I've answered all of your questions. All right. And then, of course, it's about vacation time for me. In another 2 weeks or so, I'll be on vacation. Or another 3 weeks or so, I'll be on vacation. Angie, I don't know if you got anything today or if you have anything. DKNG, I think DKNG did well yesterday, or maybe it didn't do well yesterday. AMD, look at those. For those of you who don't know about calls and puts or trade options, we're going to dedicate a night, not tomorrow night. No, yeah, probably tomorrow night. We're going to dedicate a night. So I'm going to tell those of you who know about calls and put, don't get on tomorrow night because you'll be bored. You will be bored. I'm going to talk specifically about calls and puts and how that works. Very good, Reverend Chapman. How that works and how do you make money? Because a lot of people ask, how do you make money when the market's in the red? Why? Because you're betting the market that the market will go down, and that's called a put. All right? Because the market's not going to always go up. Now, I lost a lot of money today during the market. Why? Because I didn't do any puts. If I had done some puts today, I didn't do anything. I have calls, which I'm betting the market that Apple will go up, for example. But I didn't do anything else. I have the money in my buying power, but I didn't do anything else today. All right, Dr. Lake, I see that you there. I saw your husband today on his Bible study, and he's always interesting. I am headed to, yes, Paula, I am headed to Miami, as a matter of fact. I'm headed to Miami from the 11th. Deborah don't know about this, and so she's probably going to get on me later on, but I'm headed to Miami on the 11th through the 14th of November. And prayerfully, I will at least call y'all or be able to say what's up on the way through. I'm not driving, I'm flying and then renting a car when I get there, all right? All right. Henrietta says she needs calls and put. We all do. But I'm going to look tomorrow morning. I have a 10 o'clock meeting in the morning, I work out until about 9:30, and then I'm going to shower, and then I have a 10 o'clock meeting, which he said shouldn't be too long, and then I'm going to look at the market for the rest of the day. Listen, the market is usually good from about 9:30 to, or bad, let me put it like this, from 9:30 to 9:50. Why? Because the market at that point is trying to figure itself out. Don't forget, even though the market is open from 9:30 to 4 o'clock p.m., it's still open from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock. That's called aftermarket. The same thing tomorrow morning. Even though the market's not open until 9:30, from 6 a.m. to 9:29, that's pre-market. So some crazy stuff happens aftermarket. Some crazy stuff happens pre-market. And so now when the market opens at 9:30, it's trying to figure itself out. And so oftentimes you'll see people like myself, for example, I can make a bet. I would have made a bet the day before that the market is going to go up. And then from 9:30 to 9:50, I'm winning. I'm betting. And so I know already, you better sell by 9:50 because the market's going to straighten itself out and go in the reverse direction. And so sometimes I'll make $7,500 in about 20 minutes from 9:30 to 9:50. Is that 20 minutes? Yeah, from but 9:30 to 9:50. And I know I'll sell it at 9:50, and then you'll see it starts going in the reverse direction. At that point, I have $7,500 I can put in my buying power, and then I can turn around and now buy some puts and bet that the market would go down, and then I'm winning yet again. So that's how I make my money. and then I don't ever have to go into my bank account to deposit more money into my Robinhood, because I'm making money on the market to make even more money on the market, if that makes sense. And then, of course, we will explain all of that again on tomorrow night with calls and puts. So let me say to you, for those of you who are on tonight, and you know about calls and you know about puts and you don't want to be bored, don't get on tomorrow night, because that's all we're going to be talking about. And again, if you go to the Stocks Talk Live with Tim page, you're going to see the calendar there for the earnings call, for the calls who are having earnings call tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon, and then on Friday morning. Now, somebody might ask, what is earnings? Earnings is when, and this is where I'm ending because that's been 40 minutes. I hear you. It's been 40 minutes. This is where I'm ending. Earnings is when the company decides. Let me give you an example. Let's use whose earnings is tomorrow. We said already that tomorrow afternoon, all of the tech stocks just about are having their earnings call. Apple, Facebook, Google, A&B, Amazon, Starbucks, Twitter, all of them are having their earnings call. Now, what is earnings? 90 days ago, the companies got together. They got together and they said, listen, how much money do we expect to make over the next 90 days? Now, I'm going to use one example. Let's use Apple. Apple might have said, oh, over the next 90 days, I guess Moderna is having theirs tomorrow morning, Angie. Apple is having theirs tomorrow afternoon. All right, so that's why I'm using Apple. All right, so Apple said we're going to make $300 million over the next 90 days. That's what we're going to make. Now, it's probably higher than that, because remember, they had an iPhone 12, something like that came out, right? So I'm going to go higher. I'm going to say Apple said they're going to make $50 million over the next 90 days, since 90 days ago. All right, now it's time for them to close that out tomorrow. So all of the owners of the companies, the CEO, the CFO, everybody, they're getting together and they're going to have what they call an earnings call. And they're going to say, hey, the projection was $50 million. Then they're going to look at the chief finance officer, the CFO, and say, how much did we make? Did we go over or did we go short? We're too short. The CFO, and I'm giving examples now, y'all, please understand it. The CFO, if he or she says, we projected 50 million, but we made 70 million. They just went over by $20 million. They went over by $20 million. So guess what they do? They take all of that money, the projected money, and even some of the other, they take the projected $20 million and they share it amongst all of the individual who owns the stock. So in other words, if you own Apple stock, and let's say they decided to, hey, we're going to give everybody, with all of the individual that owns Apple stock or owned it during that 90-day period, because you might have had it and sold it, but as long as you had it, they owed you money in that 90 days. They might say, well, let's give everybody $2 per share. So if you have 5 shares and they're going to give you $2 per share, they're going to give you $10. They're going to give you $10 in earnings. Now, if you have more share, you will get more money. And that's why when I do the up and the down, I always tell you what the dividend rate is. They'll tell you how much they're going to give you. That's what the dividends are. And so I make a whole lot of money on Apple because in dividend and Apple itself, because Apple pays pretty good in dividends. And so I made a lot of money with Apple dividends alone. All right. And so that's what earnings is. Now, let me do it in the reverse. If they would have said that they projected $50 million, but they were short, they only made $30 million. So now they were short by $20 million. Am I right? Am I doing the math right? I'm short by $20 million. So no one gets anything, or if they still give something, it will be very little because they were short. Am I making sense? So that's what the earnings is. So if you go to my page, if you go to the Stocks Talk Live with Tim Facebook page, you will see the calendar there for all of the company that has earnings. So now watch this. You do not have to own the stock to buy calls and puts. You don't have to own it, but you do have to own the stocks to get the earnings money. You have to own them. Now, but calls and puts, if Apple does so well tomorrow and they're going to give up the extra money, then it's a good time to have a call with Apple tomorrow, which I have one, right? I have a $117.50 call with Apple to close on December the 18th. So hopefully when Apple does their call tomorrow night, tomorrow afternoon, they do very well. They over projected, right? And then I'll make a whole lot of more money from Apple. And again, those that are having it tomorrow afternoon after the market closes is most of the tech stock. Apple and Twitter and Facebook and Google, which is Alphabet, A and B, Amazon, Starbucks, and Vertex. They're all having their calls on tomorrow night. The ones for tomorrow morning, it's not too late to get in it. You can get in it tomorrow morning and purchase calls. Now you can purchase the stocks as well if they're not too cheap. Now we know most people confuse Shopify and Spotify. Shopify is very expensive. It is a great stock to have. I have a few of them, and it has them and has had them since they were rather inexpensive. But if you look at Shopify now, it is not cheap. Let me look at it. Let's see Shopify, SHOP. Shopify is at currently at $1,028 per share. I've had Shopify since it was like $35 a share. So imagine how much if I own, let's see how many I own. Shopify, it says I own I own 70. I have 70 Shopifys. Do the math. 70 Shopify times $1,064 a share. That's what I own in Shopify. What most people will do will confuse Shopify and Spotify. Spotify is different than Shopify. Spotify is $283.40 a share. That's not the same as Shopify. So please don't confuse the two. One Shopify, one Spotify. But both of them are having their earnings call tomorrow. Moderna is having theirs. Kraft Heinz, for you New England Patriots fan, they're having theirs. Overstock, Global Payment, and Nokia. They're all having their earnings calls tomorrow. So please stay tuned for all of the great things that is scheduled to happen tomorrow because of all of these great earnings calls tomorrow. If I were you, and if you were doing any calls and you have the money and your buying power, buy low. I mean, use something that's low if you want to try calls and put. Let's look at how much is Nokia. Nokia is $4.16. Nokia is $4.16 per share. All right, they're having their earnings calls tomorrow. They're having their earnings call tomorrow. And guess what? Nokia pays dividends. Shanki, all the way there. I was just telling them about you. You're all the way in Japan. So we got to look out for you because you're all the way in Japan. So I'm looking out for you. Shanki, I don't know if you've heard, but I've started the YouTube page. Please go join the YouTube channel under Tim McKenzie. My name is MCKINZIE. Under Tim McKenzie, join the YouTube channel. So when you get up over there in Japan, we know you can go over there on YouTube and see all of these recordings at any time. I'm almost done because I'm over time by about 10 minutes. This last one, Nokia is only $4.16 per share. Nokia used to be, I have quite a few shares of it. It says I had quite a few shares of it, 100 shares of it, and then it has been as high as, I'm trying to find it. When I'm looking on this thing right here, it has been as high as, I can't find it. And has been as high as 34, no. I don't know where to find that on this thing. This one is different than the other one. All right, well, anyway, nonetheless, Nokia is inexpensive. You can trade. In other words, if you want to do a trade option with Nokia, however y'all want to say it, You can bet that because currently it is at $4.16. They have their earnings call tomorrow. So if you want to bet that it's going to go up to $4.50. If you want to bet that, you can take and say, I want to bet for $7. Yeah, for $7. I want to bet for seven. Let's see, one. Yes, one will be $7. So you can say, let's say you can buy 20. Let's say 20. Yeah, you can take $140. You can bet 20 contracts that Nokia will go up to $4.50 by tomorrow. If it hits like that, you're going to make a whole lot of money. Am I saying that's going to happen? I cannot promise you that. But their earnings call is tomorrow. I should do that just to be messing with them. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it just to be messing with them. When I get off this with y'all, I'm gonna buy 20 shares. I'm gonna buy 20 contracts of Nokia to say that it will go up by $4.50 tomorrow, and currently it's at $4.16. That will cost me $140. If that for 20 contracts for every I'm gonna make a whole lot of money if that happens. Especially if it goes up to $6 or $7. And I don't see it's gonna happen like that, but if it does, I'll make a whole lot of money. All right. And then of course, if you want to go cheaper and pay $3, that will go up to $5.50 by Friday, I think. By Friday, right? Expiring this Friday, which is the 30th. See, they close every Friday. You can also change it. You can change the date, and then I'm getting into calls. I know I wasn't going to do it. You can change the dates and say, well, I want to close it on November the 6th. How much would that cost me? So then if I want to say Nokia is currently $4.16 and it's going to go up to $4.50 by November the 6th, it's going to cost me $10 per share. It's going to cost me $10 per share. Those are winning for sure. When I get off here tonight with you all, because I want to do this on a different platform instead of this, I'm going to bet the market. I'm going to buy 20 contracts that Nokia will go up to $4.50 tomorrow. And the only reason I'm doing that, because their call is tomorrow. Their call is tomorrow morning. And then, of course, I don't even know if it's going to execute because of the fact that it's tomorrow morning. I should have done that today for tomorrow morning. Another one, those that are doing it tomorrow afternoon, I can make calls, but I already have a long call for Apple, so hopefully Apple does very well tomorrow. I am done holding on to Anayo to 11.6 and General Motors to tell them those are good ones. Those are good ones, Angela. Those are good ones to have. All right, I am done. I will post, Shanky, I will post all of this to the YouTube channel. Please invite your friends over there. Don't anybody ever think that I'm doing that to make money from YouTube, because certainly I am not. I'm not trying to make money from YouTube. I don't need no other income, nor do I need the tax people, the IRS on me anymore by making so much money. That's one of the reasons I stopped working. All the tax man wants you to do is make a whole lot of money, and then they're going to take it from you. And then we have people like, I won't call any name, but I know he's president number 45 that paid $750 in taxes, and he's a $2 billionaire. I do believe that. All right, he's not the only one. So I can't hate on him for wanting to save his money, because certainly I want to save mine. The Bible says that I should work for my children's children, so I'm working for my grandchildren. Y'all, have a wonderful, wonderful night. God bless each and every one of you. I will see you all on tomorrow night, if not on Friday night for sure. Peace and blessings.